All right, so today we're going to talk a little bit about equivalent fractions. We've talked about simplifying fractions a bit, and that and equivalent fractions are very similar. So what you've done already is you have copied down these notes with some blanks, and so now we're going to fill in those blanks and give some examples. So the title is Equivalent Fraction Notes. So here it says blank fractions that look blank but have the same blank. So equivalent fractions are fractions that look alike but that look different but have the same value. So equivalent fractions are fractions that look different but have the same value. So how do you make equivalent fractions? You can multiply or divide the fraction by a fraction equal to 1. Some examples of fractions that are equal to 1 are 4/4, 2/2, 10/10, 8/8. Any fraction that has the same numerator and denominator has the value of 1. Now, if you're wanting to get a larger fraction, you need to multiply the fraction, and to get a smaller fraction, you need to divide the fraction by a fraction that is equal to 1, which is what we just talked about right up here. I'm going to give you an example of that. If we had the fraction 2/10 and we wanted to get a larger number with the same, we wanted to get a larger fraction with the same value, I can multiply 2/10 times any fraction, just like right here, any fraction that has that is equal to 1, and I'm choosing 2/2. You could choose any that you like. If I multiply 2 times 2 and 10 times 2, those fractions are equivalent. 2/10 and 4/20 are equivalent to each other. They look different, but they have the same value, which takes us back to our original definition that an equivalent fraction, it looks different, but it has the same value. Another example, if we had 2/10 and we wanted to have a smaller number, we would divide right up here. If I divide it by 2/2, because I know my divisibility rules of 2, I know that 2 is divisible by 2, and I know that 10 is divisible by 2 as well. So if I divide this, 2 divided by 2 and 10 divided by 2, I get 1/5. That tells me that 2/10 and 1/5 are equivalent fractions.